Okay, we're jumping into this. I'm using the random veggies that I had that probably need to be fixed. And I'm just going to saute some. And some olive oil and some seasonings. I poured some penne pasta all over the place. So, I lost my train of thought. I've been teaching a class because I'm a customer service trainer. So, I have to be on webcam. So, my brain is all over the place. And I'm just exhausted because I'm so anxious. At the end of the day, because it's like torture to be on webcam all day. To interact with people. Like, this is fun because I can control this. But I can't control my face when someone's doing something stupid in training adult learners, and I'm sorry for that. I just can't. I can't control my face. So it's very exhausting. And then I always forget to eat, which is why some of my... And I'm just so tired that I don't... It's also a thing with ADHD. It's like... You're hungry, but you get overwhelmed when you're trying to make food, and it's a never-ending cycle. So, we're going to talk about some murders. This was the Texas rabbit hole I went down. I'm going to turn that down. I've got some olive oil in here. I've got mushrooms, tomatoes, and spinach. I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't really plan anything out. I just knew I wanted to cook something. So, we're experimenting because I feel like it. I'm in a good mood today. The Riot Fest lineup got released, so I'm ready to party. I'm going to put some garlic powder in here. Measure it with your heart. Black pepper. Some salt. Paprika, my favorite underrated sauce. And I'm going to put those back somewhere. I have a coffin shelf above my thing. I need to clean. I need to move it because I don't like it that much. I mean, I like the shelf. I just don't like it. I'm also going to toss some oregano in there. Just because. I've got my pasta boiling. I've got this going. So, the murder rabbit hole I went down. As you guys, if you've been following, there were a bunch that were just main ones that I was covering because I found a bunch of information on it. These are the ones that I found very little information on it, but I think they deserve some recognition. So the first one starts on April 23rd of 1988, before I was born. And this spans, well, if my mouse would work. Why are we rebelling right now? It spans to Benito, who I covered in the last episode, March 14th of 1993. So for like this 5 years, there's a lot of weird murders that may or may not be connected. So I'm going to jump into the first one. This one is Hector Alez Sr. And there's reasons why everything might be connected. There's reasons. There's methods to my madness. So, on April 23rd, 1988, just after midnight, he was murdered behind Alez grocery store. If I butcher any of their names, I'm very sorry. I'm bad at names. In Edinburgh, which we've heard before if you've been following this. This was a drive-in grocery store his family owned and operated. He was shot 4 times in the head and once in the body. I didn't find any other information. There's one article and a memorial his family put in the paper thanking people in the community for their support during this time. I did find that in August of the same year, an officer was wounded during an armed robbery attempt at the same store. They did catch that suspect, and then there was also one from 1950 where someone stole some cheese and crackers, which could be linked to a string of robberies at the time. Mainly, the gun used was a Magnum, a .357, I don't know guns, a .357 Magnum officer's gun. So I don't know if there's any linkage to any of that. Then the next one was Arnoldo Garza Sr., who was in a separate post for September of 1988. Michael Flores was the first one I covered, September 26th of 88. The next one is a weird one. So, just cooking these down, just to get a good, whatever. I'm going to crank this back up a little. I'm going to use the same stirrer and stir my pasta over here. Let's probably move this somewhere, but it's just where it's always been my entire life, so it just kind of gets laid there. Stir your pasta. I salted the water. Stir your pasta. It's important. So we've got this going on. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Who knows? It's a process. I have some vegan cheese. Maybe I'll throw some vegan cheese in it. My mind's all over the place right now. So this one is Nina and Charles Mccubber. On December 16th in 1988, around 4 p.m., a couple was confronted by their neighbor who started an argument about the neighborhood conditions. There had been a matter of controversy for months. This ended with Columbus Warren Looper pulling out a .22 caliber pistol and shooting Nina several times. Charles ran to their home and was shot, but was able to get a hold of a shotgun and shoot Looper, killing him. There's literally only one newspaper article that I could find on this, and there was nothing else. I searched in the year to see if there was any follow-up, especially since this one where they said they weren't sure if Charles would be charged with anything. And I would assume he wasn't, since the neighbor was the one who was relaying this account to the police, which makes the killing self-defense. The couple were both 67, and at the time of this incident, I couldn't find anything on Google, which is, I'm assuming, why both of them were listed under unsolved cases. I have no clue why they were listed under unsolved cases on the one Rio website that I found. And they were listed almost like it was the same person. There's a stink bug in here. I'm sorry. So, that's that one. Only one of them was murdered. I couldn't find anything else. Okay, so, that takes us out of 1988. The year of me. That's the year I was born. So, we're on February 18th of 1989. David Sanchez Guerrera was found dead in a residence after being shot more than 2 times. He had been missing for at least 3 days prior, before he was found by a friend. He was in his early 30s and was also known as Manuel Longoria. I looked up both names, only found one newspaper article, and there was nothing else. The location list is where he was found and was listed as 4.5 miles west and 10.5 miles north, which I think is a strange way to list it, but I guess, unless they're trying to code something. I have no clue what the hell that means. Okay, so we've got this. Got it cooked. Do I want to toss some cheese in there? I have some normal cheese. Let's just figure things out. We're going to play. We're going to see what sticks. I have some ideas. We'll figure it out and see how it goes. The next one is Juan Jose Marquez. He was murdered on June 2nd of 1989 by gunshot. Couldn't find anything else on him at all. And I looked up different variations of his name. The next one is Laura Guerrera, May 23rd of 1990. There's a separate post on her. Alreno Salnes Alonso. I found them under Alonso Trevino Salas. He was 25 from West Loca, Texas. He was found on July 12th of 1990, beaten and burned. An autopsy determined that he was stabbed 24 times on the left side of his chest and right side of his back. There were also some blunt force trauma to his head and face. At the time of his death, he had been set on fire, which is the second one for this. If you think back to Yolanda, who that also happened to. He was found at 6 a.m. in the morning in a bed of a pickup truck in a field. There's another field southwest of Donna. I only found one newspaper article on this one, and it was under another name. I'm assuming this is the same person since the dates match up, even though the names are slightly different. So I think I'm going to let this pasta boil down some. Just so I can use the pasta water. Maybe not. I don't know. I might dump a little bit of it. Okay. We're going to leave it. Hope for the best. Okay. So I'm going to pull this off heat. I'm going to turn this down and off for right now. I have some more murders. Let me drain this pasta. So that leaves us with Alrino, and then we've got the next one. Look at my dirty bar. I'm gonna do it. Ow. Let me leave it in this. Okay, so I'm just gonna. I'll turn this off first things first. I'm just gonna dump this in here. Just because I feel like it. I dumped some pasta water in there too. I'm going to put some of this delicious plant butter in there. Just because I like pasta with plant butter. Just because. I do. I don't know why. It's a weird thing. It's delicious if you just want something simple that's not going to upset your tummy. So, our next one is Edgar Ricardo Carrillo. This one, we're in 91 now. March 14th of 1991. He was 29-year-old Mexican national, was shot in a drive-by shooting on Highway 107 near Edinburgh. The only newspaper article I could find on this one stated that they were investigating the murder in connection with an alleged kidnapping. And this came from claims by Salvador Herminda. Again, sorry if I'm butchering names. Who was kidnapped from a Sam's Club and was found later that morning chained to a chair in a McNallen residence. That's a fun way to spend your morning. While searching the home, they found a newspaper that mentioned Edgar on it. Since there was a kidnapping mentioned as part of this one, I thought maybe it could be linked to the Hector Ella Senior one. The next one is Yolanda Mora, January 22nd of 1993, and then the final one is Benito Garza, the March 14th, 1993 post. Including in that one was also Yolanda Mora and Laverne Cross in that one. There were also six unknown murders. I couldn't find anything on. I only have dates and locations where they were found. I'm not sure if they're connected or anything. They just happened in that same time frame. I'm going to put some feta cheese in here too. Just, maybe we have something. It might be trash. Who knows? Could be delicious, could be trash. That's the wonders of cooking. If you don't experiment, you're not doing it right. I mean, it looks pretty bomb. Looks like a nice little pasta dish. A nice little... Yeah, that's not bad. It seems light and flavorful. I don't know about y'all, but I like olive oil in my pasta, so I'm going to put a little olive oil on there. Then I'm going to have to watch this video back to see what the hell I did. You know, see what the hell I did. Listen, stink bud, you're pissing me off. So this was my Texas murder rabbit hole. I do have one more post that I'm going to work on right after this, that I saw on an episode of Unsolved. I was going to do it, and it's linked to the, but I wanted to do this one first since it was linked to one of these. It was a grocery store murder also. So I was linking it to Hector Alon Sr., since he was murdered in his family's grocery store, and so was this other one. So I'm going to do that one as well. I keep knocking pasta out because I'm that kind of person. Look at this. That looks kind of delicious, though. Like, maybe I created something. I don't know. I need a thing. This was just the rabbit hole I went down based on a website I found. I blame Unsolved Mysteries. They've ruined me as a person. This is actually really good. It's light. It's not overbearing. Yeah. This is okay for just throwing things in a pot and calling it food. It's like dump pasta. So I'll figure out this recipe and add it to this post, and hopefully have this up this weekend. And hopefully where I have to keep putting on makeup, I'll just keep getting all these out. So that means I need to work on some more posts. So, if you have any murders you think I should cover, any foods, I don't eat red meat or pork, so if anything other than those, I don't eat seafood either. I'll try. I'd like to make some more vegan dishes since I dabble. But yeah, let me know and stay safe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.